Hello everyone, Darren Gabbard here with 345 Auction. How are you? We are going to look through the Bagale collection's collection of art that is used as propaganda. Right? Just about everything that the Nazi regime did in the period that they were in power in Germany was propaganda. I mean, absolutely propaganda. And the Nazis understood the power of the visual art world to convey certain characteristics that they wanted the public at large and the German people to understand and to think that they should emulate as well. Right? Visual arts is almost a shorthand for being able to get people to think, a large group of people to think about the same things in the same way. And to do that, to purposely push the use of art as a propaganda tool, the Nazis came up with this particular periodical. It started in 1937 and ran every month until, I think, September or October in 1944. And this artwork was taken from the House of German Art in Munich, and they had an ongoing art exhibition that featured the best, or what the Nazis considered to be the best of German art. And I will tell you right now that the best German art had no ism after its name. There was no cubism, there was no modernism, there was none of that. Everything that the Nazis wanted to promote was classic, right? It was all classical work because the themes of heroism, of industry, of determination and grit and focus and loyalty and patriotism, those were typically found in artwork that was classical, that looked into the past, and it glorified and romanticized everything, whereas modern art didn't. It looked into the future, and it asked a lot of very inconvenient questions. So every month they would come out with this book, and let me tell you, the Nazis knew how to make a beautiful book, a beautiful artwork book. The Die Kunst im Deutschen Reich, this one came out in February of 1949. We do have Die Kunst im Dritten Reich, but they changed it. I think they wanted to get away from the Nazi association of the Third Reich, and they wanted to go to the German Empire, right? So the series itself was put together by 4 gentlemen who were fairly well known, and they were, in fact, involved in the art world themselves. Richard Klein, Leonard Gall, Albert Speer. You might remember him from The Architect. He was going to create the Grand Reich look in architecture. And then there was Dr. Fritz Todt. But these were collected. These were collected from out of what came through the Great German Art Exhibition in Munich. And all of it, I mean, look at this, very heroic, right? These guys are in the Kriegsmarine, and wouldn't you want these guys on your Navy boat? I mean, they're handsome, they're rugged, they're determined, nothing's going to get past them, and they will do everything that they can for the fatherland. You can see that in the picture. All right. Every month came out with a different theme. The theme in this one, there's a little article written here at the front. Symbole der Tat, the symbolism of action. And so everything in this particular issue was going to kind of focus on, action. Now, whereas all of the men looked handsome and rugged, all of the women were very feminine, right? And they usually would use sculpture to show the feminine form. You didn't have very many female artists in any of these books. There were a few that would sneak in once in a while, but mostly they would look at the feminine form. It was soft, it was approachable, it was beautiful, and again, it was supposed to convey, that you were going to breed, beautiful, strong children for the fatherland. All of it was very classical poses, Beautiful artwork. And now, don't get me wrong, all of this is gorgeous stuff. I would love to have it, but you have to understand what its use was. Now, here's the interesting thing as well. All of these issues had advertising at the back. You wouldn't look at this as anything else but a normal magazine, right? It looked normal, it read normal, but it was propaganda, pure and simple. Now, this is part of the Bagale collection, and Dr. Bagale had been collecting memorabilia of World War II and German memorabilia specifically for many years. And this artwork, he's got a lot of it, but he was a very sophisticated collector, and he understood that this was what the Nazis used as propaganda. Now, in this particular lot, there are 21 months of this magazine, and I will put a link to this particular lot in the video description below, and you can look at it, and you can look at all of these. The condition will range a little bit. Some of them are very good. Some of them have a little bit of foxing and discoloration, as you would expect in something that's almost 90 years old, or at least a paper that's 90 years old. However, as I said before, these plates are gorgeous. They are as good as you can find today, really. The Germans did an excellent job at printing. If you would like to bid on this, if you collect ephemera like this, and especially if it is artwork and in the subsection of propaganda artwork, then this is going to be a great series of auctions for you, because the Bagale collection is vast, and we are probably going to be holding auctions almost through the rest of 2026. So for the artwork fans out there, if you would like to bid on any of this, or take a look, absolutely, but if you would like to bid on any of this, you will need to register with the auction. Once you've registered with us, you're good to go in any future auction that we might hold, including anything from the Bagale collection. So I'm really excited about this. This is stuff that appeals to me as a collector myself. And I just want to let you know that we are going to have bidders from around the world looking at this. So if you decide that you're going to bid on some of this, and we've got plenty, good luck.